Let's start again. Max, go back. Put your hands in your pockets.
Do you want anything to drink? I have unfiltered tap water, beer, juice boxes.
I'll take a juice box. You don't have anything on the walls.
I don't have anything to put on them, other than Henry's artwork, which is being framed.
Well, I could give you some stuff. I mean, until you get some things. What about that great picture of Henry on the Staten Island Ferry?
Aren't you in that one?
Yes, I am.
Listen, I've got to go to New York a day early. So I can be there on the 22nd. So I was wondering if I can take Henry that Friday.
The 22nd, so that's the 21st. We have plans, actually. Henry and I are going to the Laughlin with the cousins.
Really?
It's just the one night. He's looking forward to it.
Okay, fine.
What?
Nothing. I'm just asking you to be a little bit more flexible.
I am being flexible. I mean, you come in and out, and I schedule based on your, I adjust based on your schedule.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fine.
Henry's teacher wants to meet us.
You mean his LA teacher?
Can you just respond to the email so we can set this up?
Yes. I'm sorry. I've been distracted.
I understand. They just want to roll everything out of this weekend.
I think he's just over anxious. You know, I think he wants it so much.
You know, and he quits. It's not so easy.
They do say he's off the charts in math.
He's a lousy player in Monopoly. He tries to save his money. So, I think we should talk.
Uh-huh.
Maybe things have gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my mom is taking out a loan against the house to help pay for it.
I thought I paid more.
You pay 30% of the car.
Okay, well, I'm going broke too, if that helps. I just agreed to direct 2 shitty plays in New York, and we can forget putting anything away for Henry's college fund.
It's just that up until now, we managed to keep Henry somewhat removed, but this is going to change all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to protect him.
I agree.
And Nora said the evaluator's going to come to both of our homes, and they're going to interview Henry as well as our family, our friends, our enemies, and they're going to sit in and observe us, you know, how we are as parents.
That sounds awful.
You'll never be custody if I was observed on a given day. That was a joke.
I know. I feel the same way.
So, maybe we can figure something out between us.
You'll remember that I said this in the beginning.
I understand. The circumstances were different.
I was anticipating these circumstances.
Mm-hmm. So, shall we try this?
Okay. I don't know where to start.
Okay. Well, do you know why I want to stay here in LA?
No.
Okay, well, Charlie, that's not a very useful place for us to start.
I don't understand it.
Well, you don't remember promising we could do time out here?
We discussed things. We were married. We said things, all right? We talked about moving to Europe and getting one of those sideboard, what do you call it? The credenzas. Something to fill up the empty space behind the couch. We never did any of it.
Okay, let's pause for a minute. Just stay connected. Stay connected. How about we start this? You want to give this a try? you want to give this a try?
You want to give this a try?
Okay. I don't know where to begin.
Do you know why I want to stay here now?
No.
Okay, well that's true. That's very
I don't understand it.
You don't remember making promises that we'd do time out there?
We discussed things. We were married, okay? We said some things. We talked about moving to Europe and getting one of those sideboard, what do you call it? Credenzas. Something to fill up the empty space behind the couch. We never did any of it.
And then you turned down your residence at the Gecko, which would have brought us out here. And
It's not something that I wanted, okay? We had a great theater company out in New York. We had a wonderful life.
You call it a beautiful life?
You know what I mean.
What, me finding out you're fucking Marianne?
No. Don't pretend you're not capable of deception. Okay, you left Ben for me. And no, I didn't mean our marriage was perfect. I meant life in Brooklyn, professionally. I don't know. Honestly, I never considered anything different.
Well, that's your problem. I was your wife. Maybe you should consider my happiness too.
Come on, you were happy. You just decided you weren't now.
Okay, so
Say that again. You just decided you weren't now.
Come on. You were happy. You just decided you weren't now.
Say it again. Say it again.
You were happy. You just decided you weren't now.
okay, so you know what? I work here now, and my family is here.
And I agreed to put Henry in school here because I know your show went to series. I did that knowing that once you were done shooting, Henry would come back to New York.
Honey, we never said that. I mean, that may have been.
We
your
did
assumption.
say that.
I never say that.
I don't know when we said it, but we said it.
Look, I thought that.
We said it that one time on the phone.
Honey, just let me finish it. Sorry, I keep saying that. I just thought that if Henry was happy out here and I mean my show continued, that we could maybe do some time out in LA for a little while.
I was not privy to that thought process.
But yeah, well, the problem is you can't imagine any other desires other than your own unless they're forced upon.
Okay, you wish you hadn't married me. You wish you had a different life, but this is what happened.
So what do we do now?
I don't know.
Laura says there's no coming back from this.
Fuck Nora, okay? I hate fucking Nora telling me that I lived in LA when I never lived in LA. How could you have her say those things about me?
Jay said those things about me too. Anyway, you should have fired Bert.
I needed my own asshole.
Okay, well, can we just both agree that both of our lawyers said really shitty things about both of us?
Nora was worse.
Jay called me an alcoholic.
You pulled the rug out from under me, okay? You're putting me through hell.
Say it again. You're putting me through hell. Say
You
it again.
pulled the rug out from under me. You're putting me through hell.
You put me through hell during the marriage.
That's what that was? Hell?
Now you're putting Henry through this terrible thing, and just so you can once again get what you want.
It's not what I want, okay? I mean, it's it's what I wanted. But it's what was what was best for him.
I was wondering when you get around to Henry what he actually wants.
Oh, fuck off!
Fuck off. Jesus.
Get up. Get up.
If you ask anybody or Henry for that matter, you know that he would rather live with me.
Don't put your feelings about me onto Henry.
He tells me he likes it here better.
He tells you that because he knows that's what you want to
He
hear.
tells me you're on the phone all the time. You don't even play with him.
Because I'm going through divorce in LA and I'm directing a play in New York.
Tell him he's not listening to you.
You're not listening to me.
Which closed, by the way, because I wasn't there. That was a huge opportunity for me, for everyone in the theater company, and I let everyone down.
It's fucking all about him.
It's all about you. And you know who you sound like? Know who you sound like? You're behaving like your father.
Do not compare me to my father.
I didn't say you were your father. I said I was comparing you to him. You're like him.
Well, you're exactly like your mother then, okay? Everything you would complain about her, you're doing. You're suffocating Henry.
Hey, first of all, I love my mother. She's a great mother.
I'm just repeating what you told
And
me.
secondly, how dare you compare my mothering to my mother? I may be like my father, but I'm not like my mother.
You are. And you're like my father. You're also like my mother. You're all the bad things about all of these people, but mostly your mother.
Fuck her.
Okay? Listen, when I would lay in bed at night, I would sometimes turn over and look at you and see her and feel disgusting.
So repulsive when you touch me.
You're a slob. Okay? I would close all the cabinets, make all the beds. I would pick up after you. I would pick up after you like an infant.
The thought of having sex with you makes me want to peel my skin off.
You're never going to be happy. Okay? In LA or anywhere. You're going to meet some opposite better guy than me, and you're going to think, oh, great, now I found somebody. But in a few years, you're going to rebel against him too, because you need to have your voice. But you don't want to have your voice. You just want to fucking complain about not having a voice.
I think about being married to you, and that woman is a complete stranger to me.
You've regressed. You've gone back to your life before you've met me. It's pathetic.
We had a child marriage. You know, people would tell me all the time you're too selfish to be a great artist. But I used to defend you.
Really hurt her.
But now I see that you were right. They
Hurt
were
her the way
right.
she hurt you.
All your acting is behind you now. You're back to being a hack.
You gaslight me. You're a fucking villain.
Yeah, you want to pretend that you're the victim here for a good legal strategy? That's fine. But you and I both know that you chose this life. Okay? You wanted it up until you didn't. You used me to get out of LA.
You didn't use me.
You did. And then you blamed me for it. Okay? You were always there to tell me what I was doing wrong and how I was always falling short.
So what, you had to fuck someone else? How could you?
You shouldn't be upset that I fucked her. You should be upset that I had a laugh with her.
So do you love her?
No, but she didn't hate me. You hated me.
Well, you hated me. You had sex with someone we worked with.
You stopped having sex with me in the last year. I never cheated on you.
That was cheating.
There's so much I couldn't do. There's so much I could have done. Okay? I was 20 years old.
Say it again so she can fucking hear you.
So much that I could have done. I was in my 20s, and I came from nothing, and I was directing in New York. And suddenly, I'm on the cover of Time Out New York magazine. Okay? I was hot shit, and I wanted to fuck everybody, but I loved you. And I wanted that too. But I was also in my 20s, and I didn't want to lose out on that. God, you wanted so much so fast. I didn't even want to get married, but fuck it. Fuck it.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I can't believe I have to know you for forever. You know, you didn't love me as much as I loved you.
What a fucking pity party.
So what does that have to do with LA?
You are so self-involved that you don't even realize your selfishness is selfishness. You're such a dick.
Well, every day I wish you were dead. Okay? If I can guarantee that Henry would be okay, I wish you would fucking get an illness and get hit by a car and die.
Say it again. Make sure she hears you.
Every day I wish you would die. Every day, if I could guarantee Henry would be okay, then I would wish he would get an illness and get hit by a car and die.
Yeah, go in closer. Make sure she fucking looks at you when you say
Every day, I wish you were dead. If I could guarantee Henry would be okay, I wish you would get an illness and you would die.
I know.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
what are we gonna do now?
Oh no.
I really do this. I'm gonna get these things.
He's all I have. We have a life in New York, and you're taking him to LA, so I can't come and see him. Okay, I understand that you want your life and you want your independence. be a good father to Henry, and you're gonna take him into LA. You're gonna take him not only just to the city of Falmouth, you're gonna take him across the country. That's all I have. He is all I have. He's all I want.
Say it again. It's all I have. It's all I have. Say it again. Make sure she fucking hears you.
It's all that I have. He's all that I have. He's literally the only thing that I want in this life. I'm trying to follow my passions, but he's all that I have in this life. I've lost you. Don't make me lose Henry too.
They're both take big deep breath. Another big deep breath. Okay. Good. Give her a round, guys. So we started off kind of rocky, but I really like where we rock. How was that for the both of you?
I think last time we rehearsed, we were so focused on getting just the lines down and trying to get the whole thing memorized. And then before we went up, at least for me, I snapped back into that mode, and I was mad at myself, but it was happening, and I just.
It's okay. It happens. It happens.
You started crying, and then I.
Okay, well, what about you, Max? How was it for you, like in the beginning? What was different this time?
Honestly, I wanted to start over.
I did too.
I just wanted to, I wanted to get through it,
Same.
but also I knew that it was rocky. This whole time I was just kind of like a little overwhelmed with memorization.
Same.
But
Rocky's not bad, guys.
no, I know, I wanted to be able to be on my feet and immerse myself in the conversation that was at hand.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you and I want to respond. I don't want to just memorize my lines. So it's just kind of like I wasn't worried about being totally word for word with the script, but
Getting pretty fucking close.
yeah. I mean, there was some instances where it was gonna heighten, and that last bit of silence, I was supposed to yell and smash and kind of rage right there, but I just, however it went.
It went.
It went, and I mean, I know that.
So I wanted to start you guys over, but one of the reasons that I didn't is because at about the 45-second mark, I saw you guys find where you needed to be, and you were just trying to course correct, and you ended up both getting there with a couple of pushes. You got right back to where it was, or where it was supposed to be. When I give you direction from outside this, there we go, so sweet. By the way, I still have, anybody need Kleenex? I have like 10 boxes in my trunk. Because I completely overestimated how many Kleenexes we need for Cindy's class. Figured we'd all be weepy messes by the end of it. That repetition is loosely connected to the repetition exercise. But more so, how did each of those escalating lines when you repeated them? Because it took you somewhere. Do you know how it took you there?
To hear those lines again, emphasizes the meaning behind them and the emotion behind them and how I should be saying it and how it sounds when it sounds different.
It's actually way more complex than simple. at the same time. I know that sounds impossible, but when you repeat those, your mind starts searching for moments in your own life that are similar to it. So when you repeat it, the first time, second time, third time, it starts to get more and more specific. On your, like, once you got to a third repetition, did you start to see somebody different here? If you didn't, that's okay. But did something become more clear for you in your own
To be honest,
head?
I can't.
You can't remember? Oh, great. Okay, then that's fantastic. That's good. It should feel like a car wreck. I mean, if you do it, you should never be able to truly remember everything that you did. And I don't think if I asked you guys, even if I gave you both $1,000, I don't think you could repeat exactly what just happened, which is good. I mean, if you did, I would be wholly impressed and $2,000 poorer. But that repetition, when you do it, when you say those things over and over again, these are, I mean, you both have had similar histories, or at least more so, not like super recent, maybe some more recent than the other. But we start searching for parallels in our own experience, and we try to apply them. And it all happens unconsciously.
Yeah.
That's why that repetition, or like, you know, you're not listening. You're not listening. I mean, these words are almost interchangeable with almost every fight any of us have ever had with someone that we care about. Don't you guys agree? I mean, we are complex people with complex relationships, but our problems are usually pretty fucking simple. And they're pretty common, too. So repeating that over and over again, if you ever find yourself in that position and you're just not there, or you're trying to get there, repeating it on your own is fine. You can totally do that. Because it worked for both of you. For some people, it doesn't work. For some people, they're not wired that way. But it worked for you guys. So that's...
It's worked well for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's absolutely a tool that you both can use. By the way, Max, I think this was a first for you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I know you were probably, when you came into this, were you worried about the prospect of having to cry?
Yeah. I mean,
You weren't even thinking.
Because I wasn't like I said this when we were eating outside. I was just like, I don't really know what's going to happen, but I'm not gonna like cry if I don't have to, or if I can't naturally do it. But the thought of I don't know. I just went to.
It was genuine.
Yeah, because I mean.
Well, do you remember what it was that triggered you?
Just to look at her and just kind of dig deeper into, like, this is somebody that I've loved so much, and now I'm yelling and repeating, and it's heightening, and I'm wishing death, when all I want, is to, like, just taking a child away. I mean, I don't really know how to really describe it, but it was so heightened because it's like, I don't know, I have a big affection for, I don't have kids yet. Being a father is something that I just kind of dream about almost every day. It's, something that I want to get to, and I want to do it intelligently, and I have a bunch of friends with
You're
kids.
You're a fucking awesome dad.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just, I have a bunch of friends with
You're
kids.
You're an amazing mom, man, if you ever want to be. For sure.
It brought me down to, like, if I ever were to have that, and the fear of divorce being a big deal, it's just kind of, I don't know. It was a lot.
I would suggest